Noi Tatsuzaki is the founder and CEO of Advanced Lab, a member of Forbes 30 Under 30 Japan, and a student at Stevens Institute of Technology. With a clear vision for empowering the next generation of researchers, Noi stands out in their academic and entrepreneurial accomplishments. They established Advanced Lab, a next-generation research institute in Tokyo, where they create an environment for youth research and facilitate collaborations with companies.
They have a long-standing involvement with Sakura Tempesta, an international robotics team where Noi was a lead designer, overseeing the planning, fabrication, and assembly for competition. In 2021, Noi became the head captain and was featured in the Disney Plus film More Than Robots.
Hello, my name is Zidanni.
And I'm Emilio.
And Your World.
We hope you enjoy our conversation.
All right, so we forgot to record this part. So right now this is currently after the main interview. But so for every episode we do this thing where we give our guest a themed drink. In regards to like who they are and what they're doing. So as you could see right in front of you is a drink. It's a type of coffee.
Thank you. I love coffee, so
Okay,
yeah.
you
Okay,
do?
that's good to know.
Okay,
That's good to
good.
Oh my god. This is good.
It's
Okay,
good.
Yeah,
okay.
it's good.
Okay,
What
what's
do you
your
think
guess?
it
What's
is?
your guess?
Yeah, it's good for like working and also studying. So yeah.
Like what type of coffee
What
do you think
it is?
I usually drink such kind of like a little bit sweety one, and also I love the black coffee. So yeah, I
Okay,
well,
Okay.
nice.
Well, that's close.
All right, yeah. So it's like
It's a
nitro or turbo.
It's a
Yeah,
turbo
it's a
cold brew.
turbo cold brew. So it's like a lot of caffeine. So
Mhm.
we figured we get that for you because your schedule is like looks like a rainbow and it's like crazy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like very full. So
And also, I remember you told me once that for like one of the FRC things, you didn't sleep for 4 nights,
yeah.
which is absolutely insane.
yeah.
So we decided to give you a very strong drink in
Thank
terms
you.
of
Yeah,
caffeine.
yeah.
So you'll probably be up like all night tonight
Yeah.
if you drink that whole
If
thing.
you drink the whole thing,
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to finish my lab notebook for tonight. So
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
well, there you go.
Here's
Here's
your
your
drink.
Now you
Here's
have
your
it.
drink for
There you go.
tonight.
and here's the something
What?
from
Oh my
For
God.
us?
Oh, no.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Thank
what
you.
is-
What is this? A tape
It's
glue.
Tape glue.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
no
really
way.
so
Thank
cool.
you so
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. No way. Wait, what is this used for? Tape glue. I don't think I've ever used it.
It's hard to explain, but
Okay.
yeah. Here's the description. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Oh,
you
I
can-
think
you
I
can
see.
type
It's like
yeah.
whiteout.
Is it like if you make a mistake and you're drawing and you make a
No,
mistake?
no. It's a glue so that when you.
It's like a whiteout, but like glue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Very cool. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah, I did not expect
Yeah.
that at all.
Me neither. This is our first like podcast.
This is our first
the
gift.
podcast gift.
Yeah. This is you just set the bar expectations
Yeah.
for our next guest.
Yeah. All right. Next
Yeah,
guest.
this is a
you better
message to the
give
next
us- you
guest.
better give
If
us
you're
a
not
gift.
coming with something, your
Yeah.
video is not getting posted.
Yep.
Your video is not getting posted. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, we could just start off by you telling us a little bit about yourself and what you're up to now.
Okay. I'm still the freshman of the 7th,
Mhm.
and well, I'm currently a CEO of the Advanced Lab, which is the organizing the research lab for the next generation researchers, and also we are having some workshops with the large companies. Yeah.
Nice.
So-
And that's all in Japan, right? Primarily.
Yeah, for now.
Nice. Okay, that's really amazing.
Are you planning on expanding?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So are these for high schoolers or?
Well, for the junior high and high school or college students, so that, it starts from the 13 years old to the 21 or 2.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. I see. And just for our viewers, this is something that you started by yourself or with co-founders, or how did this come to be? I guess what was your inspiration for starting?
Yeah. I've been doing robotics since I was 9 years old, and
Mhm.
Wow.
yeah, I'm really interested in the also education field because I've been thinking about I had so many good experiences like chances from the so many adults.
Mhm.
so that I've been interested in the education fields.
Yeah.
And so that was the first point.
Like you're a student too, so it's probably so hard to like deal with the financial part, you know, getting talent, making sure that you guys have the best resources possible, and then you still have to take the same classes as me. Like you're in my math, like you're in my math lecture. So I can't. Yeah, it's very impressive.
So what got you into robotics at such an early age?
Sorry.
What got you into robotics at such an early age?
At the first time, I didn't think about like I want to be an engineer or I want to build a robot. It was just like I want to create a automatic car in the future, and so that I came up with the idea that I want to create the prototype of the robot, or the car.
The car.
Yeah, and so that I did it as the homework for the summer vacation during my elementary school.
So your homework, your summer homework was to create a prototype
of the car
for your own car.
Okay. So that I built like this kind of car, and well, at the time I didn't have so much technical skills, so that I built it without any programming, and but it can automatically decide where's the road, and it can stop in front of the traffic light, and also if there's something in front of the car that I can stop without accident. And so that I built that with only the electronical parts, and after that I built the whole prototype of the car. I realized that it can be called as a robot in the world.
Wow. So wait, so this was a working prototype, like a physical car that could actually that actually worked and stopped us. Wow, that's amazing. That's cool. That's crazy. And this was before. I mean, I'm sure we could get into like how you actually did it. But this was before, you know, like I guess video, because you were how old? 9 years old when you made this?
Yeah.
So wow, that's so impressive. Before you even learned anything about like that type of stuff. So that's what got you really into robotics. And actually, I remember you mentioning in one of your interviews, I think that the Lenovo one, that you mentioned that you actually are very inspired by nature when you think about robotics, and particularly animals. I think the example you gave was the limbs of animals. How they move is similar to the mechanics of, you know, many robots. So I thought that was interesting as well. Yeah.
So, what is the biggest limitation in robotics right now, in your opinion?
I think the humans and robots are very different. Like, I think, we are making the human-like robots, but I think there will be still so many differences between that, and also, I think everything is different. Like, I and you guys are different because we have different experiences, we have different thoughts, so that like there are always so many differences between any things, and that's one of the limitation. But I can change that the gaps to the the positive opportunities for the next.
I think I know what you're trying to say. Like, kind of bridge the two together, make them like find similarities, find what's good about both, and make them. Well, that's really cool. So I guess that could be a limitation, you know, things being different. But what do you think is maybe a big problem, like a very popular problem? Because like we don't know anything about robotics, you know, our viewers probably don't either. So inside the world of robotics, what's something that's really like, you know, a big issue right now?
So the one of it is that the discussion of the robots have the emotion or not. That's the very big problem or discussions. And for in Japan, like do you know Doraemon?
Doraemon?
Doraemon.
Yeah,
I think so.
The blue robot.
The blue cat thing.
I have one. I have like a little like thing of him in my room.
So many Japanese people love Doraemon, and they want to build a real Doraemon or the world of the Doraemon in the future. But and people feel that Doraemon has the feeling or emotions, but to make it to the real, we have to recognize what's the emotion and how we recognize and how we use the emotions in our conversation or the relationships, so that that kinds of things will be merged in the robotics field.
I find that really interesting, like the concept of like humanizing a robot, because I'm sure like robotics in America, they don't really attempt to, I guess, apply personality to the robot. It's a lot more functional and mechanical. And then in Japan, like where it's so, I guess, I don't really know how to explain it, but the approach to robotics is a little different. I'm sure there's this like show that I know of. It's like Rustling, but with robots. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. It's not like it's like this like it's like WWE but for robots. In Japan.
Yeah.
And the robots themselves, they have so much personality to them. They don't prioritize functionality, but they prioritize like showmanship in the robots.
Really?
So like I know like one of the buttons, like you could press on like a button and then this like robot would do like a wave to the crowd, or they would do like a backflip. And then you compare that to like fighting robots in the US. So if you're familiar with like battle bots. They don't look like people. They just look like killing machines.
They look like
you know?
rectangular,
like objects with razors on them.
Like
And the difference is like night and day. And I feel like something that I guess like American robotics can take from Japanese robotics is the fact that humans can relate a lot more to these robots if they kind of like personify them.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen. That's a great point. And that's a cool show too. I didn't know that's a thing. Like it's like they have personalities and stuff.
Yeah, I used to watch it. I used to watch it on YouTube because I thought it was so cool. Like seeing each robot. But the robots are like really small. They're not like life sized.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was gonna say is I don't know if you've seen recently, like Nvidia and Google and I know Tesla recently have all been showing off their robots. Like, have you seen like the waiter or like the bartender robot? Yeah, like serving drinks and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think personality is gonna be a big issue. Like how people like one side are like, oh, it shouldn't matter or it should be humanized them more. So that's a really interesting topic to me.
There's also this like do you know what the uncanny valley is?
Like I've heard this saying, I think.
So a lot of like some different like robotics companies, when they try to create human like robots, they try to go for like hyper realism. Like they give them like human like skin, and then they give them like the muscle contractions on their face to the point where it's kind of like creepy. What's your opinion on, I want to know like somebody that's in robotics, their opinion on like making robots look exactly like humans. Like would you rather have it like that the robots would look like Doraemon, where it's like cartoonish,
like cute,
it's cute, or are you more into like hyper realism?
In my opinion, I think all robots can have their own like characteristics, so that one of them have their like very human-like view, and the other has much more like mechanics.
So you think there's a space for both to exist?
Yeah. Because I've been creating so many like animal-like robots, and those of them are so cute for me.
Yeah.
but I feel at the same feeling to the much more mechanics robots, such like I've been competing in the FRC, which is the robotics competition, and those robots are for the design for the game, so that they can like move the balls into goal or something like that, so that I think they can be seen like cute for most people, but I feel they are also as like a family member of myself, so that
it's really interesting. That's a great question. That's something that I think is like super weird too, because you have some like really cute robots and Yeah, but it's definitely interesting. I heard you mention FRC, which I know you were just at. It was in Houston, Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess could you get into like a little bit of like the robotics competitions you've participated in over the years? Because I know you've done a lot and like won awards and stuff like that. So for people who are like want to learn more, like what are they about? FRC, all these types of competitions.
Yeah. Okay. It is the robotics competition for the, I think it's for the high school students. But I've been competing in that competition since I was 13 to the 18, so that 6 years. And for in that competition, well, the game rule is published in January, and the competition will be held in I think from March to April, so that it's about only 3 months for to build the robots. And so that it's very tight schedule, and I've been competing in that for 6 years, and every year the game rule is changed, so that I've been create 6 different ones. And I was the main designer of the robots, so that every year I design the whole robot, and the team members build them, and also they program the robots. And during the competition, that there's 6 different robots on the field, on the one field, and they separate to the blue alliance and the red alliance, and 3 different robots cooperate with each other and do the game.
Okay, so the role that you usually take in when participating in the FRC competitions is the role of the designer.
Yeah, and also I did the team leader in 2022 season.
Nice. So, what goes through your mind when designing a robot? Not just an FRC, but in general. So, what do you prioritize when designing a robot? Are you thinking more of, is this physically like plausible to build, or are you more of do you focus more on like what this robot is supposed to accomplish, and you try to get that part first before thinking of like about the feasibility of the robot?
I think I needed to think about how to succeed in the game, because there are so many complex rules and how to gain points. But for me, I've been thinking about how to make a fun robot, so that I want to try the like new functions or new like different kinds of parts, so that for the first year I tried to build a elevator system, like that use the very strong motor, and there's the climbing part in the competition, so that the robot, which is about 60 kilograms weight, and it's so big, but it can climb by itself.
Climb?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that I did such function, and also the next year I tried to use the like the air cylinder, or such like parts, so that I used some different or new types of parts for the next year.
So you like experimentation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you feel like maybe your ideas naturally come, like when you're like, oh, I want to try something this way, and then naturally, like the next step is just comes to you like naturally. Or
Yeah, it is very natural, and also I usually come up with some new design ideas when I'm like working. Like usually we design with the 3D CAD, but I come up with the idea like I imagine here's the 3D model of, and it is very realistic, and it can move itself, so that
So you just imagine it in your head first, sort of like in front of you, and then you say, okay, now once I realize how everything works, then now we go into CAD and do it. Wow, very interesting. So what other roles are there on the team? So if you were like a designer, there are people like, I guess, mechanics or like builders, and
I usually did a mechanics designer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
and there are also some building teams and the programming teams. And also, FRC is interesting because it's not only the making robots, also they do some outreach events or outreach activities,
Mhm.
so that some members are like holding events or to the like junior high or high school students, and also we need to get some sponsors for our activities, so that such kind of teams so also exist.
Nice. Yeah.
So, what do you consider your greatest success so far? Not just in FRC, but in general, you know?
Yeah, I think it is not this specific event, and I think it is like I've been always honest to myself, and I've been always design my own like life path by my decision. So that that is my success, and I'm proud of that point.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I mean, like you said, no one told you to do robotics. You know, you decided like you just found it, like discovered it on your own. So yeah, that's really nice to hear.
So you decided to continue to pursue robots in America?
Yes.
So my question for you is, why did you choose America over staying in Japan for college?
Yeah, it is because there are so many limitations in Japan, especially in robotics field, because you know Japan is just a very small island, and but there are so many people in Japan, so that the fundamental problem is that the limitation in space. For example, if there are like about 100 people in the robotics team, they only have a very small space, just one room to do their activities, so that like only 5 people can do their activity at the same time in the room. Or such like problems happens in Japan so many times. Yeah, and our robotics team was very lucky, so that we can get much space for our activity. But when we came to the United States to compete in the FRC, we have a tour to with some other FRC teams base, and it was about, I feel like it is the space and also the facilities are about 10 times more than ours. So
yeah, wow. And do you feel like now at Stevens, like I know we're all first year students, but like do you feel like you've been able to like get that space that you need, or like you feel like you feel much better about like you feel good about your decision to come?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
What do you think about the makerspace at Stevens?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so great.
Yeah, you've been able to go in there like do it for personal stuff or just for school so far?
I haven't. I've used for the class, but I want to start some my own projects, so that I will use it.
Nice. And I guess how has it been? So you're still a very prominent like part of Advanced Lab. Like you're still one of the leaders. I would say. So how has it been managing that from afar? Going to school, like balancing all that, like communicating with your team back in Japan. Like how has that been for you?
I feel it is good than doing only in Japan, because
you think it's better. You think it's better for you to be in America, talking to them in Japan, other than this.
Yeah, because I can focus on the Stevens like for my own studies and classes during the day, and in the morning and the evening is the times for our work, because it is about 12 hours difference in Japan and
true.
US. So
I didn't even think about that.
So that we can do our meeting twice, like two different times in the day, and it is very good.
Yeah, I guess
so, sorry, I was about to move on to the next question.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was going to say, I guess that makes sense, right? Because, like, if it's late for you, like 11 p.m., 12 p.m., it's like probably a good time for them. So are you the same class as your other founders, and like, are they going to school in the U.S. as well, or?
Yes. One of the members is in the U.S. In the Brown University, and one of them is in Japan.
Nice. And I guess one more question about Advanced Lab. What's like the big next thing you guys have going on? You know.
Well, for now we established a new community which is called Advanced Campus, and it's not specialized in the research field, and all the junior high to the college students who have their very strong curiosity and their own visions have come to the Advanced Campus, and we'll support them to proceed their activities to the real. So yeah, they're very interesting members for now. So yeah.
How do you choose members for Advanced Lab?
For the Advanced Lab, it is like the members who come to Advanced Lab have been do their own research for about twice or third, and they can proceed their own topic with their own topic, and they can proceed their research by themselves. So that we are choosing the members on that point. But for the
based on their research project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like an application.
Yes.
I see.
But for the Advanced Campus, there are no choosing process for that, so that everyone can come in and do their own projects
and get mentorship and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this something like you're willing to promote to Stevens and things like that? Okay. So if everyone's watching, look into it more. You guys, you have a website and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll
Cool.
make it into English. So.
Oh, okay. Hey, cool. Sounds
So,
good.
is Stevens and America by extensions is it a good place to launch ideas and startups or companies compared to Japan?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I think the one of other problem in Japan is that it is hard to hard in the social implementation because it needs much money to do that, and also such kind of system is not well constructed in Japan, I feel. So
there aren't that many programs that could provide funding to startups.
yeah.
Well, I'm something that I'm aware of personally is that you know the show Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Shark Tank. Do you know that show? You probably.
No, it's like a
Yeah.
it's like a US. It's
Shark Tank was based off of a show in Britain called Dragon's Den, which is the same concept. So the concept is that
I'll pull a photo up. real
yeah.
quick. You
Okay.
keep talking.
So the concept is that there are these sharks or they're judges. They're
investors.
really they're investors, they're VCs. They're really rich, and there's a panel of them, and then in every episode they bring a contestant, which is a startup founder, and they have
You've
they-
seen.
yeah, right there.
Oh, right here.
Oh no, it's how Shark Tank is.
Alright, we'll find.
Yeah,
We'll find.
we'll look for it later.
I'll keep looking. I don't know. Oh, Tigers of Money.
Tigers of Money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Does this sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you understand what we're trying to say a little bit then. It's basically you can
Tigers of Money.
you can basically like Zidanni said, present your company, say I want $100,000 for 10%
It's like this show.
equity. Yeah.
Well, the point I'm making is that, Tigers of Money wasn't that successful in Japan, and that's why it moved to Britain, and that's why it moved to the US, because in the US there's a lot more of an entrepreneurial culture, the American dream, you can make it with just a box of scraps. And I guess the culture in Britain and in Japan is just a little bit different from the United States in the sense that there's not a lot of like laws and regulations that allow for entrepreneurs to like succeed in an environment like Japan or Britain. Yeah, I guess that's just the point I was trying to make. I just thought it was interesting how like the show kind of moved from Japan to Britain to the U.S., where it eventually became super successful because they're kind of it kind of embodies the American dream.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's that's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely true. At a talk, we were both recently at a talk, and one of the points they were saying was actually in a lot of states in the U.S., you get, if you're a small business like a startup, like you get actually like extra money from the government and stuff, and it's like easier for you to get investments. So it's like accelerators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting too. Like, and yeah, it doesn't seem like anything like that is going on like elsewhere. So definitely a good idea to bring to other places.
Well, they're bringing it to Europe. And there's this guy like Harry Stebbings. He's doing this VC called Project Europe, and then also YC is also spreading to Europe.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Next question. So, in your opinion, what's next for robotics? Where do you think the next big niche in robotics lies?
Well, the next for the robotics is like not only the automation. The next is the collaboration,
collaboration between robots.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So yeah, so it's like we are using the robots as like a tools, but I think we can collaborate with each other more, and also the robots, the collaboration can be fun between robots too. So that, yeah.
Well, don't they already like collaborate in a sense, like on assembly lines? Like one robot, like let's say like on a car assembly line, like one robot puts in the wheels, and then another one like puts in the engine next.
Yeah.
Like what do you?
You think it's gonna be more complex, like like autonomous collaboration, like for example, like you would in a normal house, like if Zidanni and I are like, like live together, and like someone needs to do the dishes and someone needs to like do the laundry or something, like delegating and like doing things like that, like doing stuff autonomously and not like being stationary and having to just do wheels and stuff like that, like.
Yeah, and also I think that to proceed it, we need to discuss with more the ethical aspects. But I think that robots can have their own opinion or own decisions, like and I think robots and humans or some other species can build our world together. So that I think that we can be more cooperate with each other. So.
Okay. Can you expand on that a little bit, please?
Okay. So that. Well, I think that. First of all, we have to think about the emotions aspects, like the robots can have their own emotion, or we can recognize it as they have the emotion. And then we are still using robots as the tools, but in my opinion, we will be like one of the friend or the
like developing personal connections with the robots. Okay.
So that
so like not collaboration between robots, you mean collaboration between like humans and robots?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like integration into daily life.
Yes.
And almost like you're saying, as like like someone you can like talk to and communicate with, rather than just giving one-way communication, like two-way communication.
And potentially do like physical activity, because like like communicating and like sharing an emotional bond with like a non-living thing kind of already is developing within like AI and like LLMs like ChatGPT.
Like character AI.
Yeah, but like robots add like a physical, aspect to it, which is really cool.
Yeah, have you seen the movie Ex Machina? Or do you know?
No,
No, wait. It's like, okay, this is like
we should start talking about like American movies.
I know. I wish I knew more. I wish I knew more like movies to talk to you. But Ex Machina is like exactly this. It's like this guy develops like a very human like robot who can like do normal things, talk with you, and like walk around and stuff. It's like so creepy. You should
Oh.
watch it.
Okay.
You should watch it. It's like a horror movie. It's like a
Uh-huh.
scary movie, but
Yeah, but this like
I'll pull it up.
robots with emotions obviously implies that we're going to integrate AI
Mhm.
into robots. Has Advanced Lab like done something like that before? You know, put AI inside of a robot.
Not as sure for now, but there are some AI researchers, and also there are some the robotics researchers also. So
Mhm.
yeah, in the
Do-
future they will collaborate.
Do you personally have any experience like using AI and robotics together or no?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Okay, this is the
Well, are you scared of it? Are you scared of
It's a-
like?
it's a
Do you
brain.
think there's gonna be like a robot, you know, takeover in the future?
Yeah. Well, I think I need to think about the point.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Until yeah. But for now, I want to build a world that we don't have to scared about the point, so
Mm.
that
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting. So how
Yeah.
do you think you could tackle something like that and like make humanity a little more receptive to robots?
well, I want to pursue such invention in the natural way, so that I think
Mhm.
the
So make-
conversation is very important.
So make the robots a little more natural
Yeah.
in terms of like I guess like movement.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that's a really big problem. This is something we discussed on one of our other episodes in AI as well. Like
Uh-huh.
trying to find a way that we can, like you say, work together rather
Mhm.
than like having everything be so, like I guess rigid or like confrontational between like humans and robots in this
Mhm.
case. Is that something that it seems like it's something you think about a lot and you're considering, like, is that something that you think about a lot and talk about a lot in the advanced lab as well? Like, how can we make robots safe for everyone and make sure everyone like understands the importance of robotics for our future?
I think the education is very important,
Yeah.
and I think that's one of the reasons that I'm doing the advanced lab
Mhm.
activity for now. And I think, well, I came up with this idea when I'm competing in the FRC, and yeah, that's a very big robot, so that can do so many things, like do the match, but also they have the ability to hurt someone, so that if the one of the member drive the robot by themselves and they got accident, how can I like responsible to that point or something like that? I've been thinking about such things since I was 13 or so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that I realized that the dedication of our team members, like because they can drive the robot, is very important, and also it's expanded to more, like almost every people have
Yeah.
to
Like
do
the
that.
world as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like the best example of that is probably like like autonomous cars now. Like they actually exist. I know you
Mhm.
said you built it
Yeah.
when you were 9, but
Yeah.
now they're very popular. Like Waymo is a big brand that does that, and I think like a lot of other car brands have that as well now.
Mm.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it's a super interesting point that you just brought up, that like not just your team but to expand to
Yeah.
everyone is like super important.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like our episode with Zumrat.
Mhm.
You know, there
Yeah.
there has to be like a degree of transparency between the people making the product and the consumers in terms of what they're doing, so that the consumers can like understand them in a sense. You know, where you're not just like looking at a black box that you don't really know what's going on, and you have no choice but to be like skeptical of it. You know, if you understand it to some degree, then you know there's no reason to be scared.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I have one more question for you. This sort of is back to like before, when we ask you, what's your biggest success. I'm curious. Like, this is something I always wondered about you. Like, how was it to be, selected for like Forbes 30 under 30 in Japan and like receive such prestigious awards? Like, what was the whole like process like? Like you finding out and then you going, and like how was that like for you?
Sure. What?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
how was it
like
getting into Forbes 30 under 30 for Japan?
Well, that's a difficult question.
sorry, you could brag. You're allowed to
Yeah,
brag.
you're
and be
allowed to
like,
brag
Yeah,
here.
please be like very proud of. Yeah, we want to hear.
Well, it was. I selected as the position when I was 18, and it was
Mhm.
in the final grade in the high school. And at that point, I just doing the robotics team's leader, and I didn't have any company or I didn't have any
Mhm.
other projects of mine. So that
Oh, so you weren't part of Advanced Lab yet?
yeah, I
No?
am.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that the other nominees of the Forbes 30 under 30 have their own company and have
Mhm.
their so many accomplishments. So that I so yeah, it was very kind of
Like humbling.
yeah.
Yeah.
and also at the time I started to be seen as the people who will change the world,
Mhm.
and I haven't think about the scale in the world since then. So
Mhm.
that
Mm.
at that time I just like confused
Mhm.
about
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah, it's funny because like it's kind of like contradictory because like in order to change the world you got to focus on one specific small
Yeah.
group of people or like a small
Yes,
specific
yes.
problem. That's interesting.
Wow. Yeah, that's congrats on that accomplishment.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really
All right,
amazing.
our last question for you is so what's next for Advanced Campus?
I think the real values of the advanced campus will be emerged in the about in 20 or 30 years, I think. And well, so that I think there are so many individuals who have their own visions and their own curiosity, and well, about I think about in 10 years they will go to the university, and then they graduate from that, and they will have their own company, or maybe they're doing as and researchers or so, and they will have their like they can do they will be gain so many techniques, and also their ability to do so many things
Mhm.
and move something like projects forward.
So does
so
it
that
sorry
Oh,
does
yeah.
it replace the college experience, Advanced Campus?
No, it's like it's an online community, so that
Oh, okay, I see.
and also I think it will expand it to the world,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's still well kind of the worldwide one because I'm in the US, and many members in Japan, and there are some members in the Australia or so.
Oh,
So
really? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but you want it to be something that everyone in the world can join and
Yeah.
basically become a network of people.
Yes.
That's kind of what I'm getting. So they'll be a part of Advanced Campus all throughout high school, middle school, and once they get to university, and are able to create things and get jobs in the real world, then they look back to Advanced Campus and they
Yes.
think I want to give back, as well. So something like that. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so longevity, sort of like a community.
Yeah, and I believe that the curiosity is very important because I think the curiosity have been motivated me from now, and I think it is kind of difficult thing to have their own curiosity through their doing their own projects for the companies, because there are so many limitations. But I believe in that point, and we will make the place where that people who have curiosity can do their project driven by curiosity, and that will make it to the we call it as the crystallization of the knowledge, and that will change the world in the future. So yeah.
Oh, wow. I really like that.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Noi, for coming
Thank
on.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.